we're going to be working on the forearm. We're going to start with the forearm flexors, so the inside of the forearm. Okay. Once again, I prefer to sit. When we work the upper extremities, it gets a little bit challenging because the arms want to move around. So we've got to stabilize the arm. I just like to hold the hand down. If you see, I've just got him in a handshake position here, and I'm going to heat his flexors up. Okay, just as we've been doing. Then I'm going to switch my hands, and I'm just going to hold this down. I'm going to stabilize his hand and take a forearm contact on his forearm. Again, not too bony.
A little wrist to elbow.
Wrist to elbow heats, and then switch it up. Just stabilize arm. If I don't do that, it just the whole arm's still run for me. So I'm just holding it. Okay, these flexor muscles here, they all come and form a common flexor tendon here that attaches to the medial epicondyle. Because there's so many muscles attached to this one tendon, it gets tugged on pretty hard and ends up with what we call medial epicondylitis, or golfer's elbow. Okay, so we've got to release all of the muscles that attach to this tendon in order to take care of that. Okay, I'm going to have you squeeze in and do it.
Again, I'm going to kind of go into a squat position here, just a little bit more comfortable for me. So, hand or palm facing up. We're going to heat the tissue first, wrist to elbow. Or I can go elbow to wrist too. Actually, elbow to wrist is more comfortable for me.
Yep, there you go. And depending on what body part and what area you got to squeeze in, you got to be flexible with all this.
All right, so now I'm just going to switch my elbow. Again, make sure that you have the right mechanics. You want to keep your body safe.
And you see, Joe's on his forearm, not his elbow. We don't want a bony, pokey elbow in the forearms. Excellent.
And as I'm moving my forearm through the motion, I'm going slightly medial into that epicondyle. It can lead to epicondylitis if it tugs.
So yeah, we are working on the computer and we're on our phones texting all day, and our forearm flexors are getting tight and not really being addressed properly. I don't know a whole lot of people who are rolling and stretching out their forearms. So we're doing it here. Pretty much everyone's got problems here with what we're doing with computers and phones. Okay, that looks great. So notice Joe's posture is really good. He's not messing with his back. He's got a nice flat back. He's in a squat position. He's protecting his body. Okay, we're going to come in just to the top now, into the extensors. We're going to come to the top of the extensors, part B of this. Thank you, Joe. Okay, we've just flipped them over, so really nothing different. Check your heat. Same thing, wrist to elbow. Just stabilizing here, his hand. Don't get bony like the quad. The bone in his forearm sits a little bit more towards the extensors, so it's a little bit more compressive and uncomfortable on them. Joe, same idea. There's really nothing different. We just turn the hand over the palm down.
All right. Get some heat on there. Now the wrist extensor muscle group, they attach at the lateral epicondyle. And so you'll find a lot of people, tennis players specifically, that will have lateral epicondylitis, which is probably the more common one from the medial.
Yeah, the other thing is the nerves from the neck to the fingers can get caught up in the forearm. We can get nerve entrapments in our forearm that's affecting our fingers, and that is something that we have to untangle the nerves from these tight muscles. So we can have lateral epicondylitis, tennis elbow, medial epicondylitis, golfer's elbow. We can also have nerve entrapment. Radial nerve will get entrapped here. On the other side, you'll get medial nerve, ulnar nerve entrapped, and it's kind of compromised their fingers. So it's not always coming from the neck. Peripheral nerves could get entrapped into soft tissues as well. So Joe will be addressing that as well if necessary. We'll talk about this in advanced classes. We'll be going through nerve entrapment as well. Okay.